of shiny helmets, spandex jumpsuits, and strange monsters. These heroes force feed you a bowl of awesome that is the Tokudon Podcast. Join Carl, Josh, and Rob as they haphazardly welcome you to the exciting genre of Tokusatsu. Now, open wide.
Turn that into the thing. Hello, friends!
Hi, guys.
Hello! What is up? Josh, Loberberry Crunch hanging out in the chat.
Welcome, my friends.
Yes, welcome. I heard there may be some things going on today. I don't know, a little something.
I don't know, somewhere down the grapevine. It's been an age. It's been
the age of Tokudon.
Toku.
It is our 50th freaking episode.
Big 50, bro.
Oh my god!
I'm doing the revise thing.
We gotta do the thing, and then we gotta we posted. Oh, shit, we're 55 now. God damn it!
Wait, no. So for the thumbnail, we're just gonna.
Yeah, there you go. We did it. If that's not the most Tokudon thing ever.
Big 50. Big 50.
We made it. Freaking 50. So we are going to be giving out some t-shirts by the end of the podcast. If you would like to enter, type !Tokudon in the chat.
Big Tokudon, man. Big and tall so that we can see it. So kaiju worthy. All right. Bro, I mean, it's our 50th episode. So are we going to take out our final enemy? Like, is this our final rider kick and then we'll start a new season?
Yeah, probably, honestly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're going to have a special guest surprise baddie at the end of the episode. And then we're going to have to rider kick them. So that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. You had me at rider kick. So, yeah, we're done.
We're done. Game over. That's it. That is that. Yeah, so we are... we just wanted to talk about Tokudon today, honestly, because it has been a wild goddamn ride.
We had we're like, what do you want to do? Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, big fitty, there wasn't really something we could talk about. So we're going to talk about Tokudon. And then just kind of everything in the last, 2.5 years that we've been. It's been 2.5 years.
The before times and everything.
We started in 2019.
Man, what an age.
Yeah. What a time to be alive.
I mean, I remember when we first just randomly kicked the idea of even starting to talk about this stuff. It was even just texting between us, what if we do XYZ? You know what I mean? What if we came up with this idea? And then gradually those little cute ideas that we would come up with randomly would be like, well, yeah, I mean, why not? Why not just try it? We could just give it a shot, and I think it was just transitioning from the console kings era when we were convinced that we could do the video gaming thing. It was just like a natural transition from that to this in a way that we finally just embraced what we really wanted to talk about. In terms of this topic. And it was a big thing for me because it was like really embracing this life, I had never before done that with obviously it's not about maintaining an image. It's more like I didn't know enough people and have enough connections or even a confidence in the approach. You know what I mean? It's not, you can't just approach anybody and be like, you like Kuga?
I mean, I do. I'm like, gather round, kids. Let me tell you about a little thing called Blade and manic depression.
It obviously when we get into the conversations deep in, you find a way to hook somebody into a specific toku. There's always the magic in that. There's always somebody who's like, yeah, but I don't like bugs so much, but I am into trains. Well, have I got a schizophrenic hero for you? yeah, man, it's just reflecting on that is crazy right now. Like,
Yeah.
Just from the first time you handed me that DVD set, bro, legit.
It was straight up. We've told this story probably 100 times at this point, but it was straight up like a CD rung, like DVD, burnable DVDs, a rung like this thick, like a good 5-6 inches tall, of just straight up Kamen Rider from everything from like Kuga to I think Forza had just ended or something like that. So it was pretty much everything, and I was like, "Would you watch this?"
Will you finally watch this, please? And I think we had finally finished every film project we needed. Everything was like done, and I think we were just about to watch the Three Kingdoms again, and I was like, you know what? Let me put this on. Let me see what this is. And you know, Ryuki was familiar to me because of the name. I knew it meant dragon, kind of something dragon. I'm like, okay, I could probably dig this. And boom, when you just like you said with the depression thing. Like I went through such a weird emotional thing with the show, and I was watching with the like on my own with the guys all around me, and everybody's like heavy into like, I don't know, like Scorsese and Scorsese and doing like you know, their legit finals and I think I only had like 2 classes compared to everybody else, so I'm like mostly just helping everybody with their stuff. So my downtime was filled with Ryuki, and I'm like, whoa. And then gradually I built up the confidence to really to be like, all right, Carl, what is this? Like, break it down to me, man. What am I ingesting, and where do I get more?
and then that's when I opened up my raincoat and I was like,
what are you buying?
What are you buying? And it was just like DVD rungs of like every Toku ever. It was Kamen Rider, Sentai, Godzilla, and I was like, what you want?
And I had that moment where I was like, oh, I see. I like that one. And then I think Wizard was playing at the time, but it was almost over, if I remember.
Yeah.
Right? It was like towards
like
the
that.
last episodes. Yeah. So I didn't know Wizard until you had hold on, let me finally okay, so I released a video before this. And I recorded that quite a while ago. And I haven't taken off my belt, so excuse me.
That's what that obnoxious clacking is.
Yeah, sorry guys. Sorry.
What's going on, Aldi?
I'm sure she's gonna appreciate that now. So anyway.
Yeah.
Now I miss it.
Well, I don't know if we ever told this part of the story, but the entire reason we decided to do a podcast is because of that Console Kings channel that we did. I was lugging equipment back and forth, which I've definitely told that story before. Lugging equipment back and forth, editing everything, trying to figure out, you know, recording devices and losing footage and again falling into manic depression. 8 hours down the drain kind of thing.
The ages of lost footage.
When we started talking about you know, doing this whole thing and how we wanted to do it, and I was like, I swear to fucking God, I'm not doing a YouTube channel again. I swear to God.
Right.
It was we got to do something minimal stress, easy to do, and podcasting was it. Like, we just sit in front of a microphone and talk. Like, it's literally what we normally do.
Half of that. We can do half of that.
Yeah.
Let's get half of that.
It's literally the same conversations. We just hit record. That's the only difference.
Yeah. It's literally, if once the people in the Discord know how we are constantly insane with this stuff. Mm-hmm. So it is like a constant conversation. So even off air, there's always like, dude, did you just see this? Dude, like I got sent you something earlier about an SCP about Jormungandr. Like lately he's been on this Jormungandr kick, and suddenly this Jormungandr SCP pops up on my feed. I'm like, dude, like
Big Brother's always watching.
But yet no Kamen Rider stuff. Kamen how hard can, bro, it's my case. Come on, big brother.
You just gotta follow the wonderful realm of Toku Twitter is what you need to follow, I think. The wonderful let's call it Mad Max wasteland that it can be Toku Twitter.
It scared me a couple times. I dipped a toe in it, and I don't know. The shadow realm is deep there.
You feel something like kind of squishy, and then it moves, and then you're like, wait a minute. Hold on now. Okay.
then it's just me, and then I'm just, oh, okay.
Oh no. Oh my goodness. If you guys missed it in the beginning, we're going to be giving away some t-shirts at the end of this. You can type !Tokudon to enter, and then we'll pull some winners at the end. We're going to give away 3 t-shirts. So, going to take care of that. I don't know about you, but I don't have a good memory because I'm old and many other things at this point, and I have done things to harm my brain cellular device.
Yes,
so I had to pull up a list of the things that we've done.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Do you have a favorite thing that we've reviewed?
A favorite thing that we've reviewed?
Yes, I had to look through it.
Goodness. Man. Everyone that I've enjoyed, I think, has been the movies when we did Guyver 2. Sorry,
Guyver
that's
2.
my favorite. I can't apologize for that. Guyver 2 is my favorite one.
That's fair. Do you remember the first movie we ever reviewed?
Do not. Hit me with it, bro.
I'm going to hit you with it. I just want to make sure before I sound like a huge asshole.
No, it's fine. I kind of didn't want to do too much research because the nostalgia factor was going to be the
shit. If you had to guess, make a guess of the movies that we reviewed. What do you think the first one was?
The first movie we ever reviewed? Dude. Oh, a Tyson? Was it Tyson?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Was it the Generation?
It was. Heisei Generations Forever was episode 3 of Tokudon.
Yes, nailed it.
That was the first movie we ever reviewed, and it was something.
Oh man, I barely remember this now. Holy crap, dude. Okay.
Zio was airing. We were doing our thing. We had some other co-hosts with us at the time. And that was the first movie, Heisei Generations Forever.
I remember we needed something to fill the Geo time. We weren't watching at all, at all.
Nope.
Like, as we weren't even trying to catch up. Like, I think Revice, I have to catch up with 2 more episodes. But I was toughing it out for everybody, but even I was like half watching. And in my notes, you could tell because there's like a couple first 10 episodes are like detailed. I'm like, okay, Geo transforms by using the driver and the gimmick. And by the 15th episode, I'm like, maybe something happened in this episode.
Yeah.
But I'll just rewatch the next recap.
Yeah, no. I was definitely not watching Zio. I don't know if the Blade episodes had premiered at that point. But I was pretty much clocked out of Zio at that point. I have yet to finish it. I don't really care to finish it, quite honestly. That movie was fun though, because it was a whole lot of like Kamen Rider fan service and like people hyping up Kamen Riders. So like that was a cool aspect to it. I digged it.
The only thing I remember from that movie is the trailer the most. Generations Forever.
I just remember the like crazy medley thing they had at the end that was like this weird culmination of every intro song ever.
Yeah.
That was like not very well edited together.
It was very like cut here and then the beat's gonna just
it was like here's the start of the song, here's where we're gonna cut it, and then here's a 30 frame transition, go.
Yeah, there you go. Congratulations, we made it.
Yep.
There's your ending. They're leaving anyway. They don't care.
They don't care. It's fine.
We have their money.
They say Generation Forever. We uploaded that episode August 9th of 2019.
Do you remember August 9th, 2019? You remember the before times anymore, guys? When people used to go outside and it was fun?
Not even slightly.
I had stuff to do this morning, and it's not only just people that's keeping me outside. It's that white stuff, the disrespectful white stuff.
It's snowing in our neck of the woods over here.
Yeah. So whatever the weather was then, it is now snowing today. I can't. But, man, to think that the formatting that we were trying then, I think we were doing a lot of top fives. We were doing a lot of reviews. And we were trying to catch a groove, and we were trying to figure out what worked for us, because we could just go off and continue and like never stop on one particular movie. But then we wanted to not just make it about the negative stuff, because we finally broke that God, but why can't it be better? You know what I mean? Like it always came from we always say it's always coming from love. We never hate it. It's just we always want it to do just a little bit better. But we know It is what it is. So it came from that desire to really get our appreciation out there that put us in this direction, I think. And it became more about a conversation, more about why our love for this stuff is the way it is, and what particular review might not flow and jive with everybody, but hey, we'll give it a shot. Even movies we so adore. 98 Zilla.
You just went right for the most recent one, huh? Oh my goodness. So if you guys look back at some of our early episodes, we did do a lot of top fives because we didn't plan very well. We also used to do this thing where, I don't know if you remember this, but we had a huge list of like 400 different tokus, and it was completely random which one we would review next. And that gave us some pretty crazy picks, and that is actually how we got onto Ultraman Dyna.
I just remembered the one I hate the most.
Is it Ultraman Dyna? I remember Ultraman Dyna. I can't forget Ultraman Dyna. Oh my goodness. I remember I watched like 4 episodes, and then you had to tell me the rest of the episodes for that.
Legit, I had to explain it to him how brutal it was to get through them.
And we're sitting there for like an hour, and he's telling me about how at one point there's a sleep monster, and they have to go to sleep, and then they throw him into the sky, and all of this. At the end, and I was like, this would actually somehow be worse if I sat through it.
It's like both our spirits broke by episode 3 when it just devolved into nonsense.
I think my spirit broke when he did the 1,000 Years of Pain. Like 5 minutes into the first episode, I was like, well, okay.
And like legit, you get that from your hero. Your hero. So yeah, and it just got so much worse. And I think what really got me is I think it had one, if I remember right, I think it had one brilliant episode, and then immediately it was like preceding that sleepy monster dog shit episode, and it was like oh god, no, like we're back to this shit. I think that's what broke me, is that one brilliant, I think it was like this military campaign. They had to defeat this, I think it was like an electrical monster that sapped the energy. Hold on, I got this. It was sapping the energy, because I remember liking it. That was like the one thing I liked. And then when they defeated it, I think he unlocked his like black hole power to defeat it. Yep. And
he did whip it into a black hole, and I thought that was actually kind of cool. Yeah. I was like, okay, that's something.
Exactly.
Here we go.
I was like, oh my god, they can do this. We can do this. Yes. And then they had the sleepy monster. And I'm like, oh my god, no, I can't. Oh god.
Do you want to know a fun fact about that episode that I don't think I ever told you?
What's up?
That is our second most downloaded episode.
Seriously?
Madan Senki Ryokendo is our first one at like 1,500 downloads.
Oh wow, damn.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Ultraman Dyna is second at like 600.
I guess. Congrats, bro.
Oh my goodness.
You're welcome, you guys. You want more? We might power. Maybe we should power through the rest, man. I think we have to power through the rest.
I'm gonna chalk it up to that's the episode where we debuted our theme song, our dope ass theme song.
Sure, yes.
So I'm gonna give it to that.
Shout outs, because that's when you dropped this puppy. When you were like, "Yo, I have a song now," I'm like, okay, and I'm expecting. I expected, butt rock, because that's just what I'm used to at this point. But he's like, nah, I kind of crafted it with like the retro sound, and I'm like, okay, and I dig it every time. Yep. It's like every time
the same
I'm like,
theme song. It's the one that plays at the beginning of every episode. It's been here for almost 2 years now. So yeah, wow. Second most downloaded episode. At least we debuted that. So
listen, I really think we owe it a second shot. We got to power through the rest and finish. It has to be purged. It must be defeated. That should be our next enemy.
Let me see how I feel after I finish Trigger, because the next one we're getting is like Next Generation Dyna. So let me finish Trigger, and then I'll think about it. Yeah. Okay. So they're doing that like Next Generation thing. I think they're doing it for Dyna and Gaia as well. So the next one we're getting is like essentially Next Generation Dyna.
So I'm not sure because I don't know them chronologically, but are they cherry picking or are they doing them?
No. In the order that they premiered, it was Tiga, Dinah, and then Gaia.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and that was like someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was like the beginning of the Heisei, like Ultraman era kind of thing.
I don't know. It was very early.
Yeah, it was very early. I also remember they dubbed those on 4Kids too. Like that was one of the first times I actually watched an Ultraman episode because it was on 4Kids or something like that. Or Jetix, if anyone remembers Jetix.
Jetix. Yeah, Jetix.
I
specifically remember Jetix for Digimon, actually. That's kind of
really
like the number one thing that comes to my head.
I feel like they were on like season 4 by the time Jetix came around.
Damn, really? Like, I that's what I remember. I remember I wasn't really watching regularly, but I think it was the Puppetmon.
Puppetmon? That was the end of the first season. He's one of the Dark Lords.
I remember that being like where I tapered off.
That's like right when it gets good, because that's when they get the megas and everything and start fighting like the big bad guys.
Did Leomon die prior to that? Because it was his death that kind of was like, okay, they're just gonna kill off the better characters.
Yeah. Is it after? Yeah, it is after. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I toughed it out for a while.
It's fair. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people fell off after Myotismon pieced out because he had his arc, and then that ended. I might also be thinking it's season 2. I honestly don't remember. What up, Gary? Thank you, my good sir. He says congrats on 50 episodes, and here's to a bunch more.
Thanks, homie.
Again, we are giving away some t-shirts. If you guys want to enter the contest to get some t-shirts, it's ! Tokudon. Type it in. You'll get entered. We'll pull a name at the end. A couple names.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, I don't know, what were we talking about? Digimon? Puppetmon?
Yeah. Myotismons.
Leomon did not die every time he appears. He didn't die in 2020. Thank you very much. Leomon survived the whole thing.
Yet. There's going to be a movie where he's going to die.
No, they're going to release a movie.
It's just going to be a 15-minute movie. He's going to show up. He's going to be like, "Hi guys, I'm Leomon. Remember me? I'm the most." Just
oh my goodness!
It's just the Lion King.
Beast strike fast, man.
Honestly, does he have any other attacks?
No, that's the only one. I think he has a knife, but he never actually uses it in like an attack. So yeah, who knows?
Beelzemon was my favorite mon just because of his aesthetics, but I really don't know
he had a
much
shotgun.
about him. Yes.
That's the only reason.
Why. I'm not arguing that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
He had 2 like revolver shotguns.
Else. Does he even use the shotgun for his attacks?
Yes.
I don't even know.
He absolutely does.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he gets like a burst form where he gets like black Sephiroth wings, and then the 2 cannons turn into like one giant cannon arm. So
Carl, you took a Digimon I liked and made him even better now because I didn't know. No,
it's literally it's your favorite Digimon. You didn't even know it. So
didn't even know it. I gotta go. Oh my goodness, we are gonna burst. You said bust?
Yeah, I believe it's Beelzemon bust mode.
Beelzebub. No, I'm not talking about that guy right now.
I mean, he's fun too, so that's cool.
Yeah, some blast mode? You mean blast mode?
It might be blast mode. I don't know. Yeah, I don't care about that.
Oh my goodness. Oh man, why'd you gonna put me on him if you don't even dig him?
Because Rapidmon, it's Rapidmon Ride or Die in this house, okay? That's why.
Rapidmon? Is that the same season?
Yep, that's the same season. But you have to look up Golden Rapidmon. That's my dude.
Rapidmon?
He's from the second the Digimon movie. That's technically the first Digimon movie, but like the third if you go by the Japanese ones. It's a whole thing.
Rapidmon.
America like edited a whole bunch of movies together to make one big movie. So.
Oh, it looks like an angry rabbit.
Okay. The Bunny Bros, Lopmon and Terriermon.
Okay. All right. I'm dropping these in the Discord, guys. This is
Fist of the Beast King. That's what the attack was called.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Fist of the Beast King. I just remember him sounding kind of like Piccolo, so I couldn't really tell the difference between Fist of the Beast King and Light Grenade when I was younger. So it all just sounded like. Blah, blah,
blah. Wait. Now I need to know: was that actually his voice actor? Because that would be crazy if that was his.
I really don't think it was. But do you remember one of? We just did an anime recently with our boy Gary over here. Do you remember what the first anime was that we reviewed?
Anime?
Mm-hmm. It was very early on, within the first 10 episodes.
First anime.
It was not one you probably would have thought of right away when you think Toku.
If it was from the random draw thing, then nah.
I don't think it was.
Really?
Yeah.
Hit me with it.
Voltron Legendary Defender.
Oh my god, what?
Which is the Netflix Voltron show, which I still die on the hill. That show is goddamn amazing, and if you have not watched it, please go watch it.
Yes, that is Voltron. That is Voltron. Because if obviously you have to give credence to the originator. Obviously, I'm not saying you can detract anything from the original Voltron, but if you're talking about a Voltron that has its own thing and doesn't have a cobbled together essentially look, this was like such an amazing experience on top of the story itself. Like I think this is one of the few shows that I've watched more than once, complete, like just to on my own time. Like it's not something that I do often, but because of the writing, because of the voice acting, because of the art, everything about that show was so damn good, bro. Like
it was amazing. And they changed a lot of stuff from the original, mythos, the original mythos and the lore and all that kind of stuff, because it does restart, with the lion and the Go Lion crew essentially, and we do see vehicle Voltron at the last episode. We don't actually see it do anything, but the vehicles are hanging out, which is pretty dope. But I think we only talked about the first season, and I remember like being awful and not actually remembering where the first season ended, and like just talking about 2 and 3 and 4, and I think up to like 5 or 6. Was it over at that point? I don't even remember. But it was up to like 6 or 7 at least, and I remember our other co-host Josh being like, yeah, no, I didn't finish it. Can you stop?
So I guess we have to visit that one too. And
yeah, I gotta rewatch that. I've been actually thinking about rewatching it again. It is a very good show.
I don't mind. I rewatched it a lot because it's everything about that show was like such a breath of fresh air. And it was when Netflix was just trying their original stuff. I think like just when those stuff were taking off, and it did so well. And it garnered the second season pretty quickly. Yeah. It was just so incredible. And now they have a bunch of them. But I mean, dude, like, I don't think even what they have now could match the impact that had. Yeah. It came at such a good time.
Yeah. It really did. And that was, they did another show. That was before like He-Man. That was before some other stuff. And what else? There was something else that came out along there that was like kind of like a reboot, like a Netflix reboot. But I don't remember exactly off the top of my head.
You mean the actual reboot? Because they had that.
Oh, we're not going to talk about Reboot Guardians. We're not. I refuse to
talk about it. Is that what it was called?
Yes, it was called Reboot. I refuse to talk about Reboot Guardians.
It should be known that when you have Guardians in your title, you're probably risking the quality. Halo Guardians.
All I'm going to say is on YouTube, there is a computer digitized 4K upres of Reboot. If you would like to watch Reboot, please go there and watch it. Do not watch Guardians. Same thing with Beast Wars. Beast Wars is on there as well. So anyway, Beast Wars. It was not the series of unfortunate events. Oh my goodness. No. Goodness gracious, Gary.
Quite a good one.
I also, looking at these episode lists, I completely forgot we did like an every other format back then, where it was like we'd review one week and then we'd do like a discussion of some kind. That's why we were doing a lot of top fives.
Okay.
Because I'm looking at these and I'm like, I don't remember. Like, why are we talking about Voltron twice?
Yeah, we tried to have
now we just bullshit for every episode.
Now it's like we just embrace it. The tangents are the essence. Let's do
it. What was your least favorite thing that we've reviewed? Do you think?
I think it was Dinah, but if I have to pick a second,
not Dinah. That doesn't count.
If I have to pick a second, man, I can't remember tearing into anything much anymore. Crap, dude. Man, what happened to me? Dude, I don't remember. I got nothing.
You got nothing?
Hold on.
Oh man.
Let me take a look too, because if we're going just off what I didn't like, I was nitpicky a bunch, but I wasn't that bad. Oh crap. What about you? You go first then.
VR Troopers actually is pretty high on that list.
VR Troopers?
VR Troopers.
You used to love that shit.
It was. I never watched it when I was younger, so I think that had a lot to do with it. I just like that was. I was laughing so hard, but like after I was done, I was like, I don't want to watch any more of this. I really don't. It was fun while I was watching. Afterwards, I was like, I'm good. Honestly, though, there's not been a whole lot that like I genuinely dislike.
Right. And that's what I mean. Like it's going back on like a bunch. Like I'm looking at like holy crap. Like
50 is a lot of goddamn episodes.
I loved Karas. Come on, Meg. Like, dude, all of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
Gary says his favorite is Ryu Kendo and his least favorite is Godzilla 98.
Godzilla 98. Thank you.
Yeah.
Agreed. But I have to pick a second one because, you know, fair.
I mean, as I'm looking at this list too, you know, I may or may not have some personal influence on the lists and things that we review. That has never happened before. I definitely do not do that.
The wink.
Oopsie.
The wink. See? Even your ghost is calling your bullshit.
It's fine. No, it was my foot and my phone. Yeah, no, it's fine. Like Karas, 01, Guyver. I'm looking at this and I'm like, did I really just take over? Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, I forgot we watched Space Sheriff Gavon though. I completely forgot about that.
I remember that one. I didn't finish it. Holy crap.
That was a hard one to get through.
Cool sides.
I will say one of the most memorable, not good or bad, one of the most memorable was actually when we had David Clark on from Team Rider, because that's how that whole thing started.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, like ever since then, those guys are great. Bluefin's great. They've done very well by us, and we appreciate everything that they have done for us and dealing with me on their streams and trolling every single one of them and taking over conversations like I tend to do on those streams, whether I want to or not.
Even the first time you said that we were going to have a guest, completely, the first guest we ever had, I'm like, really? Like somebody wants to they're going to, okay, yeah, that's dope. Cool.
And look how many friends we've had on since then.
It's just mind blowing to know that people like and want to talk about it with us and enjoy that. You know, we hate each other and we tolerate enough that we, you know.
At this point, it's like people are like, oh yeah, if you're over 10 years, you're friends for life. And we're like, well, shit, fuck. It's been like 11. God damn it.
Damn it. We meet that cuss. All right. So we'll keep the blade energy and we'll just keep our distance respectfully. I love you.
It's fine.
You put us in the same room, the apocalypse happens.
Yep.
I'm telling you.
We're the two jokers. That's what it is.
It's bad. I think we're dicks now. We're dicks to each other, but then we're dicks to our friends, our immediate group. Oh my God.
You should guys. Oh my goodness. Just imagine if there's drinks involved too. Oh Lord.
I don't know if we can party like young men, bro.
I can't.
Oh,
I literally cannot.
No.
Yep, including our boy Gary over here and hanging out in chat. My man. We checked out Ronin Warriors last week. If you guys want to go check that episode out, and we learned about the insanity that is the Siegfried and Roy animated movie, and how that became a thing apparently.
And that still is on the docket too, man. We got to get to that at some point.
Oh my God!
I need to experience that and express it and purge it because I need to know what that was.
No,
you know what gets me. What I was thinking is the other day. I think we were reviewing. No, actually, I take it back. It was the Ronin Warriors. I was watching, like I said, I gave it a first shot in Japanese, and the original Japanese intro I had never heard before, which is it knocks like a motherfucker. I mean, boom, that's a banger. But which struck me because I'm like, dude, most of the songs from the 80s, they mostly all sound the same, which is true about any era. But what I mean is like there was something about that specific era's music and that they utilized for these openings that is so iconic that it must have been a marvel to live in that time. You know what I mean? I was trying to express it through like how it must have been living at the time of it. Because right now, when you think about it, which leads me to my point here, right now we're experiencing another era of smaller explosive stories.
For example, like what kind?
For example, Kimetsu no Yaiba, now Jujutsu Kaisen, which is closing its things. Just a tangent a bit, but those epic openings from the 80s would lead to these 50 episode shows that we would experience, and you know, we have these connections to these ideas and having our 50th episode, it's like, okay, wow, it took us this long to get to this point to experience this catharsis, you know? And now I'm seeing a change in the era where, to correlate it, the medium is now shorter things like TikToks and stuff like that catch on fire. And it's dawning on me that we're becoming a generation that needs that explosive emotion and then move on to the next one.
Yep. We are literally becoming a generation of ADHD is what's happening.
And it's just like it hit me more because I grew up, we grew up knowing the slower, and now we're experiencing the change. And it's like this change, we're trying to keep up. Like I just did, I released that promo video of us, and that was a whole thing for me. I'm like, this is what the kids are doing, so I'm gonna do it too. That's why I made you do it, because I don't want to do it. and I'm like, and even then, it's like, why should I care? It's what the world is now, and if I don't keep up, I'm gonna be that angry guy on my keep off my, and stay off my property. Why be a gatekeeper of a time that doesn't exist anymore? The music.
Because we watch a show that was created in 1973. And then we talk about it every week. That's why.
And that's the timelessness of it.
Oh my goodness!
But that movie that just came out, about Shitaro, told us that it's okay. Changes happen.
Yeah, it's all good. They're still heroes. God damn it!
Still heroes. Still my hero.
Speaking of Kimetsu no Yaiba, I thought it was pretty funny, kind of on that same vein. He, the director of the most recent season, literally came out and said, Kimetsu no Yaiba's entertainment district is a new standard for animation, and I hope other companies strive to reach that animation. I was like, I mean, yes, it's great. Don't get me, but you're also talking about your own work, like smelling your own fart right now. So, my man, humble yourself.
A little douchey. But I mean, all right. So taking into account that the reason why that impacted me so much is because of what Demon Slayer has done. Like we've had pockets of hits in America, obviously. Like the Naruto is I think the biggest thing that hit here. If terms
besides Dragon Ball.
what I mean is, like, I saw a lot of Dragon Ball shirts, but I saw a lot more people with the Naruto headbands. You know what I mean? Like that was like the first cultural thing that I noticed, that wow, a lot of people are into that specifically. But anyway, so definitely, just it's a relevancy thing. Like it's crazy to me.
Gary also mentioned that a show that I know you know about, Mummies Alive, would be good to talk about on Tokudon.
Oh yeah, can we please? Yeah, that's on the docket.
We'll do it. Oh, we know about Mummies Alive, Gary.
Oh, bro, come on. Oh, man. He's got the mummies defending 45 BC.
I just remember the big dude who was like, I think was it Set or Sekhmet? One of those two. The big dude, the big tanky bro. That's all I remember.
Jakal was the main guy. I can't remember. Was it Nefertiti? Was she Nefertiti or was she?
Who knows at this point? Doesn't matter. We'll save it for the Mummies Alive episode. Sure. How about that?
Yeah. Future us research problems, because God, that's so much fun. I love the research stuff for the show.
I will say one of my favorite episodes that we've ever done was being able to show the world that Blade is better than Gaim.
Sorry, what? No, hold on. Say that again?
A very official poll proved that Blade is better than Gaim in every way. Theme song, characters, show itself. Thank you. I rest my case.
You can officially kiss my ass with that list. Thanks. Whatever, man. All right. I'm not going to ever argue that you guys are wrong. I just hate that you're right.
We have conquered.
I hate with such a passion that Blade is what it is. But I guess, all right, once we get to an official Blade review, we'll
I mean, the Blu-rays will be coming out eventually. I'm obnoxious enough. Tokusatsu has to have seen me.
I hope.
I hope so too.
We need that.
Tokusatsu, if you're listening and you hear this, call me. What's up?
Yes.
I'll be the narrator on like the DVD screen and be like, "Welcome to Blade."
Buckle up, bitch.
Buckle up, motherfuckers.
Get your napkins. Good, you're gonna need them.
Get a box of tissues.
For all of the fluids.
But also, like, the first 12 episodes are just kind of okay. But I swear to God, it picks up, okay?
No, so what happens is it comes with the DVD set and a custom chair. So it's all comfy, right? It's deceptive. So you sit in the chair, it starts the DVD set, and then once the first episode starts, it locks everything, including your neck and your eyes, and you just keep it like
this is full Clockwork Orange.
And then it's just you. And then you go, I need you to relax. You're about to experience something that's going to change your life. But before we get there, 12 episodes of bullshit. But listen. And then they're all like,
relax, just relax, accept it.
So if you just all right, do the thing. It just shocks them. They have to stop. All right, are we cool?
It's cool.
You gonna listen?
It's cool. It's all groovy.
Okay.
It's all groovy.
All right.
And then there's this movie called Missing Ace, where you're gonna have to sit that one too.
Oh, I can't wait to get to that.
Oh
okay.
Man,
that's where it started for me. All right, we'll get there.
Big grandiose dreams. If you could do anything with the podcast, what would you do?
Okay, so
don't think about limits, monies, anything. Like
nothing.
Apple pie in the sky dream.
Since I experienced it with you guys, I now have a passion to design my own hero. I am designing my own hero. He is becoming a suit, and I am going to take Tokudon on tour. And once the world becomes something again that I can go out and be a people again, I'm going to don that suit, bro, and I'm going to promote the shit out of us. That's my dream. And then everybody's going to just join us.
There you go. That's absolutely perfect. I would love to do an episode live at a convention. I would absolutely lose my shit if someone was like, hey, can you guys come hang out at like KatsuCon and just, I don't know, do an episode or a panel or something?
Yeah, we would need a PA under the table just to constantly change your diapers just because you're just going to be pooping.
Yeah, like I'm going to be pooping my pants. But I have always wanted to do a panel at a con. I know you can apply for them. It's not a big deal. But like the fact, and this is even like a clout thing or like any kind of recognition. Like I just want someone to like shoot me an email, be like, hey, do you guys want to come do an episode like at this con? Like that'd be cool. I would just be like, oh my God, yes.
I would love, yes.
We're there already. Absolutely.
We're already here waiting. Where are you guys?
Yeah, I'm in the room.
Oh, it's not for a year? Okay, that's fine. We'll wait.
But I'm in the room. Click. Light switch.
We talked about it a few times, like trying to get one going, and we're like, but what would we do? Like, how would we do it? But I think we're overthinking it, because honestly, if we're just gonna talk about it, we would just talk about it. You know, the whole idea is that we I think the closest we got was one panel. I think there was one panel at one point, but
I had applied to a few last year to try and go to. And I was accepted at Anime NYC, by the way. And I decided not to go because of the COVID things. And I'm kind of glad I did not, because at Anime NYC, there was a huge breakout of COVID. So, yep, that's the times we live in. That's just the era, the nature of the beast, if you will.
That's why we're taking this episode to reflect on the before times.
Yes.
When things were open and life was a thing and people could be gross and we had stronger senses of urgency.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah. Another thing I would love to do is do like a travel show, like a traveling version of the podcast almost.
Yeah, the same thing where we might visit somebody.
Yeah.
Anybody got a couch? Got couches?
Yeah, you got couches? What's up? I'm not bringing the equipment. I don't want to bring the equipment. I did that for too long. But no, like I think it would be really cool to just, go to the guests and the friends that we have hanging out on the show. I think that would be really sick to be able to do and just kind of do more fun things in person. Hopefully we can get some of that stuff cooking in the near future, possibly, hopefully.
As much as I love Kamen Rider, I do want to, like I said, we've been dabbling into like expressing and experimenting into other forms of toku. I want to get to know other toku stuff. Yeah. Like I want to know, like, because and other markets. Like I'm not very knowledgeable in figures, but I like them. I like them.
We got a lot of people on this show that are very into figures.
Teach me everything about this stuff, and that's kind of the stuff is like, I'm an old man, so forgive me. It takes me a bit to learn, but once I get them going, I'm gone. But I loved building the pinching ones, but I can only do the simple ones. You can't send me. I remember back in the day when there was this little shop. Shout out! I don't know if they exist anymore, but there was this little shop on the main street called Pinocchios, and they used to sell the Gundam figures. And I remember I used to work at the baseball park, and every check, I think it was like maybe $100 if that. And every check I would be like, okay, I'm gonna pick 2, because by the time I finish building them, it'll be my next check.
Yeah.
No, I would break night, build them both, and start playing with them the whole time. And those were the complex ones. I don't know the levels anymore, but those I gotta dig them up. But those were the ones that you could move the weapons and you could change the hands. And I was like, oh yeah.
Well, if you want to know the levels, there's no grade.
Please.
There's entry grade. There's high grade. There's master grade. There's perfect grade. There's full mechanics 1/100. There's I could go on and on. There's the NX Edge. There's the cross silhouette, if you will. Now there's the extreme master grade. There's I could do an entire other podcast on Gunpla.
Well, let's dig into that, because it is something that I re-experienced with this simple one, and I'm like, I missed this stuff. Like I miss and I would prop this up and I'll build stuff, not to break bank, but
listen, no matter what, if you buy a single model, you have already started a pile of shame, whether you know it or not.
It's so true, man. I look at my shelf and I'm like, I love you guys. I regret nothing.
Because I can tell you, I have, between Warhammer and Gundam, I have 2 piles of shame that I'm slowly working my way through. More so the Warhammer, trying to get that one down.
I have a Warhammer picture to send you too. A little bit of shade, but just all out of love. All out of love.
Peacemaker saying get somebody on to talk Rider candy toy figures, because a lot of people sleep on the really good stuff those teams do. Interesting.
Rider.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm down for that. Gary also says it was probably master grade. I don't know about that. It just depends on how big it was, because the HDs also swap out hands and weapons and all that kind of stuff too.
If you want it, well, buy me 5 minutes and I'll dig it right up. That way.
Well, welcome to story time with Carl, where you can do the thing. And then also, I wasn't prepared for this, so this is very awkward for me to just start doing now. But I mean, it's not like, I do this 3 times a week on a stream or anything, where I just buy 3 hours of your time, which I greatly appreciate all of you hanging out with us today for our 50th freaking episode of Tokudon. I feel like this is going to take a lot longer than 5 minutes, but one thing I did notice, and we're going to talk about a little bit of news. There's some news, but one thing I did notice was that new form from Revice. Oh boy, we'll get back into that. I also started seeing a few things from the new Armor Hero show, which was pretty sick. We're talking some Toku. Rob actually sent me one of them, and then I found another one, and the henshins are wild and very CG. So I don't know. We'll have to check that out. You have a question for me, Gary, my man. What is it? Oh my God, what is he breaking? Single biggest purchase I regret. A car. A freaking car. Single biggest purchase I regret. Let me see. If it's Toku related, I don't think I really have one, honestly, because I'm not someone who buys everything. So I usually tend to keep it to like $100 max if I buy something, and I really don't buy that much anymore. When it comes to just general purchases, yeah, I don't know, probably a car, because cars need to be abolished. I hate these damn things, but it is what it is. But Toku, I honestly I'm very picky about the stuff that I buy when it comes to Toku, because I don't have time or money to buy everything. So I tend to pick and choose very particularly.
Sorry, guys.
Did you find it?
I had to go to the shadow realm.
Okay.
The course said, what's up?
Okay. Well, his dumb grave board
Some of these were gifts.
The entire Ghost toy line was your biggest purchase regret? I love the Ghost icons. I think they are such a fun gimmick because I can mess with them without them being super loud and obnoxious, and then I can put them in the cool bit, the belt.
You can take that up with Mugen.
Yep.
And I'll see you on the street. Blasphemous, man. So these I haven't built yet. So that's why, or this one I started to. So this is what I last attempted to build. Sorry.
Those are the SD Three Kingdoms models.
Okay, so this one was a gift. Mm-hmm. This is the one that I got that I started.
Your brother got that for you, right? Oh, where'd he go? Oh no, he actually went to the Shadow Realm. I do want to go back to the days of riding horses, especially if it's a cool armored horse like in Garo. I don't know what happened, but I'm going to buy more time because Rob is in the Shadow Realm. But you could see his super blurry SD Gundam here, ready to party, which is kind of neat. I really would love, though, to like, if I could get a sick armored horse, I'd be all about it. I would absolutely be all about it. I don't know where Rob went. I'm scared. Let me see. Let me check the Discord. I think we might have actually lost him. That's why you weren't on the Ghost episode of your own show. You hate Ghost? But Ghost was fun. I really liked Ghost. So I'm not going to say it's the best Kamen Rider by any means. It's stylish, it's fun, and I would recommend going back and watching like a full Henshin video, right? I think it's something that in a microcosm, I'm gonna switch to the screen for a minute. In a microcosm, Ghost is actually really cool. Great Henshins, great jingles, cool looking attacks, all this kind of stuff. 1 second, Rob texted me. I think it's one of those things where it doesn't have a great story. And that holds a lot of it back and kind of pulls you away from that cool stuff. But check out clips. Clips of Ghost are very, very enjoyable. His power went out, apparently. Oh, goodness. So, Tokudon. By the way, thank you all so much, as always. Not only today, not only, in the time of Tokudon, but just always supporting us. Whether it's watching, whether it's retweeting or sharing, whether it's downloading the episodes. Thank you guys so much for always supporting us. We really, really do appreciate it. He powers his house with a Gundam. Yep, that's what it is. He found the Gundam and he was like, let me pull this. And it turned off. So he's actually filming it from inside the cockpit. You rewatched all of Ghost when Saber was airing? Interesting. Okay. Take a drink of water. Thanks, Aldi. Appreciate you. With the point redeeming. But yeah, he's he's working his way back on. But there's throughout the two and a half years we've been doing this, it's been really cool just to see how supportive the community is. There's a lot of negativity, right? Like there is, and I shouldn't say there's a lot. There's a lot of noise, right, in negativity. It's usually louder than a lot of the things, but from a content creator standpoint, from a random dude who sits in front of a microphone, who, watches dudes in exploding spandex, not even for a living, just as a free time thing, the support has been overwhelming. And it's just amazing that people show up every week, that people download, people watch our show. Like we have over 4,000 downloads, almost 4,500 across the world. And it's insanity. And we had a chance to talk to Henshin Rio. Like those guys, we never would have done that without this podcast. You know what I mean? Like Vilson was just on our Yu-Gi-Oh stream the other night from Brazil. It's opened avenues across the world that I would never be able to do otherwise. And a lot of it has to do with like you guys supporting us and people like Team Rider, our guests that we have on, all that kind of stuff. You guys, I really can't express enough how much we appreciate it. I get a little teary-eyed, you know. But really, I'm repeating myself because I'm trying to stall for time. But thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. When it comes to Toku, though, I would lick a Guyver suit. I would absolutely lick the Guyver suit if I could. Guyver is just, oh my God, that suit is so amazing. It's so beautiful. We talked about it when we were talking about Guyver 2. Rob was mentioning Guyver 2 earlier. We were talking about it when the Guyver 2 suit came out, and it just looks so good in live action. Like the anime looks fantastic, right? But when it's moving in live action, it is a whole other level of beautiful. Thank you, Gare. I genuinely appreciate you. And Reggie are great. We're always happy to have you guys on. Best part of doing your show has just been how many cool people I've been able to talk to and become friends with. You guys, Jem, Dresden, Chris Long, etc. shows me I am not alone and there are people just as nerdy and awesome as me. There is so many people just as nerdy as us, whether they want to admit it or not. Let me tell you. Like I said, I may or may not have some piles of shame of other topics like Gundam or Warhammer that I'm quite into that I could easily start other podcasts for. I don't have the time to start those podcasts anymore, but you know, they're there. And I'll mention it one more time just because, again, I don't know how long he's going to be to get back on here. If you guys want to win a t-shirt, we're going to be giving away a couple t-shirts. Type !Tokudon in the chat. I'm going to put it in there one more time just so you guys can check it out. We are giving away the shirts. You type !Tokudon, you'll be entered. We'll be drawing them at the end here if Rob comes back on ever. If not, I'll just do it without him, you know. I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here. Elden Ring is coming out in 2 weeks. Super excited for Elden Ring. If you guys watched me play Dark Souls 3, which actually we talked about Dark Souls in, let me see what episode that was. We had an episode where we just like, we're kind of talking about doing a spinoff for a game podcast, like a video game podcast. And we just went on and on about Dark Souls. Episode 16, it's called Gamer Don Don, right? We had our buddy, previous co-host, Ben, on the show. And we were talking about Dark Souls for a solid like 2 hours. That was a long episode. And one of the biggest takeaways I've had since going through Dark Souls 3 again and, you know, trying to mesh the two is I need more Toku Souls things, right? I need to have the righteous fists, these almighty hands, but Toku in Elden Ring. So, FromSoft, if you're listening, I need it. Okay? Who do I have for the Super Bowl? I don't even know who's playing in the Super Bowl. I genuinely don't. I don't follow sports in any way, shape, or form. The only sport I really follow is like FGC stuff, fighting game community stuff. And, you know, I genuinely don't even know who's playing. Oh, my goodness. 50 freaking episodes. Oh, my goodness. You need more Toku Tactics games? Yes, we need more of those too. Give me... So, Super Robot Wars 30 is fantastic, right? Like, that's a love letter to the series. I understand that. Totally get it. Love it. I want Crossrays, but Toku. Like, I want that level of production, but with Toku stuff, you know? We always talk about that, you know, the crossover games that they used to have. Give me the Kamen Rider Gundam Ultraman crossover again, but give it to me in the Crossrays level of doing things, you know? Rob is getting back on now, so we'll get back to our... he was able to power his computer back up. Yeah, I just... Crossrays was so beautiful, and it, you know, part of it is Gundam. I do love Gundam. But I just want him to like get back to that style. We also have that SD Gundam battle coming out, which is going to be pretty cool. Maybe we'll get a Kamen Rider game. Do we even like have they? Was Memory of Heroes the last like real Toku game we've gotten? We have Gigabash coming out, and we also have the Kaiju Brawler game. I forget what it's called. Oh my goodness, I'm so bad because I'm trying to like get them to give me a copy. It sounds awful, but like I would love them to give me a copy to review or something. We have Gigabash. We have the other one, the Brawler Beat 'em Up one. Do we have any other Toku games coming out even? I don't think so. Hello, you're back.
Hey guys, sorry. It wouldn't be Toku if I didn't have technical issues.
Right?
Yeah, sorry.
We were talking about Toku video games, and I was trying to figure out what else is coming out this year, and I think it's really only Gigabash, that like party brawler Power Stone looking thing, and then there's like a 2D beat 'em up.
But that does look fun. That does.
They both look fantastic. I cannot wait to play either of them. I don't think we have anything like announced officially. Peacemaker assumes COVID set back dev time for any Rider game or from Bandai Namco. Platinum is working on an Ultra like game. Yes, they are working on an Ultra game, Project G or GG, something like that. And they've also said that it's going to be a live service game. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Oh man, that sucked. So yeah, sorry. I see
you have some friends there.
Yeah, I have a cat named Aizen, but I should have named him Renji. He has an affinity for pulling cords and tripping power surge protectors, so it's frustrating. Anyway, yeah, these are the other ones that were gifts that I haven't built yet because I know I'm unprepared.
That is another SD. That is another SD. Who's it? I'm assuming one of those is Jahudun, and then who's that?
Lubu? I think this is Lubu.
Is it Lubu? I don't know. It doesn't look like a halberd, so I don't know.
But it looks like red hair.
It looks like red hair. Yeah, so we'll see. Who knows?
Okay, so there's that.
And then that looks like a Fenice to me.
It is a Fenice.
Wing Gundam Fenice from the Build series. That is the first one, yeah.
Iron Nice, yes.
Yeah.
Fenice.
Fenice? Yeah.
Yeah.
The Italian stallion.
So explain to me, because obviously this was a gift because I have an adoration for Wing Gundam.
Yep.
What's the difference here between this one and
regular Wing Gundam?
This one, because I'm assuming it's almost the Endless Waltz model, right?
No. So the Endless Waltz model is from the movie, as you know.
Right.
Wing Gundam Fenice is from the Build Fighter series, which was a spin-off series where they battled Gunpla in a world championship setting kind of thing. They would put them in these machines, and then energy particles would manipulate the plastic, and the Gundam itself would like come to life, and they pilot it. It doesn't grow or anything.
So it sounds dope, but there's still just two people staring across a table.
It's children playing with actual Gunpla, and then like making it seem like the world's going to end. That's literally what it is. So Fenice is the Italian champion's go-to Gundam. He used Wing Gundam originally, and then he's slowly been fixing it as it goes over. That's why it kind of has that like Frankenstein look going on, where it's like patched up armor. It's the first Gunpla he made, and he's been patching it over the years and working on it. And then he eventually remakes it to a more like Zero version called Wing Gundam Fenice Reneshita.
Reneshita. Ooh, that sounds cool. I like that. Same weapons or just
similar? Yeah.
These are the other ones I have.
Yeah. These are the Endless Waltz.
Yeah. I should have clarified. This was during the Gundam Wing era, so I was just all about Gundam Wing. I didn't know much about OG Gundam yet or anything like that. So
nothing wrong with Gundam Wing. I mean, Japan would disagree, but there's nothing wrong with Gundam Wing.
Right, so I don't know much about that, really.
Yeah, Japan is not a huge fan of Gundam Wing.
But don't they have like more stories about it than anywhere else?
Yep. don't get me started.
That's interesting. No, please let's.
Wing Gundam Zero. Okay.
And then original Wing Gundam. And then top off my collection.
Essentially, it's Yu-Gi-Oh with Gundams. That's the best way. And that's my boy. There we go. That's Ultron. That's my boy.
This is like again, and this
you got
is
a
like
little bit of a pile of shame already. There you go.
Little. I built him. I just didn't put his wings on because he wouldn't fit in the box.
That's fine. But yeah, there's Ultron. There's my boy. That's literally what my Kamen Rider's colors are based on. That Gundam.
So like, getting back into it by doing the 0-1 was like, wow, like okay, I can do it again if I start back off with that level. So I don't know what levels those were.
Those are HGs. Those are there is an entry grade, but they're like your lower level cost efficient kind of thing to get you started in Gunpla. And then they go up to master grade, which are the 1/100 scale, and then you have the perfect grade, which are the 160 scale. There's a bunch of other grades, but those are essentially the big three.
The insane ones that all of our friends have on display behind them.
Those are usually master grade and perfect grade.
Yeah, that would be nice. But I can't even. I don't know. What's the hours you would put into something like that? What do you put into your Warhammer figures?
Well, those are a little different. I got to like paint all those and everything. So I would say I usually paint them. I usually have a couple right here. So the standard trooper dudes, these guys here, these little basic dudes.
Yeah.
These little guys, they're your standard trooper men. I can usually paint a couple of these at a time, like 3 or 4 of them at a time. So they'll take me, I don't know, a couple days just because I'm slow at painting. And then, you know, I have some bigger guys like my friend Ariman here, who is our hero, our champion. He took me a little bit longer. That was also when I first started painting. He was one of the first models I painted. And then, you know, we have our big man, our demon prince, who is... Yeah, that one took me about 4 days or so. And then I have a couple others since you pulled out your pile of shame.
Yeah, man.
I'll pull out a little bit of
I'll take the show. Hello, my honey. Hello. I don't know the words to that song anymore. But, I mean, I never really got into painting. I started to paint one of them because it was like... But I didn't have any like official acrylics or anything. It was just like this paint kit that came with like a toy car set that I think I had. And I'm like, yeah, I think I can use these colors. And legit, I just started to paint the feet, and I'm like, nope, that's horrible, and I'm just not going to do it. Oh.
So this is Big Daddy Magnus. This is the general man that is the leader of the army that I play, the Thousand Sons. He is about as tall as this box. So if you look on the back, there's a picture of him. He's about that tall. That's about life size, or like on the front as well. He's a good 7 inches or 8 inches tall.
Holy crap.
I have not painted him yet because I have to prime everything. So I'm nervous to start him. And then I also have another box set of a bunch of... So they have these things called start collecting sets where essentially it's like where you get started. They come with a bunch of units. They're usually a little bit cheaper. I have this one for the Space Marines as well. I got it for my buddy. I may end up painting it myself. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, those are my 2 big ones. And then I have another... Let's call it a stand-in because it's a third-party company. It is not from Games Workshop, but it's a stand-in 3D model that someone printed that I can use for what they call a Lord of Change, which is another big bad demon bird man. And she is very cool looking. I will try and find a picture so you guys can see what that one looks like and pop it in the Discord real quick.
Yes, please do. Carl.
Yes.
Humor me.
Yes.
Is there a Rider Warhammer?
Yes and no. So people take Warhammer and do all kinds of fun things with it since it's the nature of, you know, customizing and painting and all these kind of things.
Right.
So I'll switch to the screen. So this is the Lady of Arcana.
Ooh, wings. Hi.
Yeah. This is the lady. That's what she does.
She's nice. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Lady of Arcana. This is a third-party model that I can use as the Lord of Change. She kind of just has this like goopy wing thing going on and like the Egyptian iconology, all that sort of thing. So I'm gonna use her as a stand-in. But either way, yes. So people have painted Space Marines, which are your jobbers, you know, usual whatevers. People have painted them as Kamen Riders. There's a couple really cool like W ones, and they do all kinds of cool stuff like that. Like you can make your own stories to your armies, stuff like that. A lot of people just do fan stuff. There's all kinds of cool things that people have done. Like this is, for example, an O's Harlequin. Boop. Same thing. I'll pull it up here on the Discord as soon as I hit enter and send, or just don't. That's fine too.
The technical difficulties. Oh wow, bro.
So, yep. O's Harlequins. These are another like space elves essentially. Someone painted in the O style. If you just Google like Kamen Rider Warhammer, you'll see a whole bunch of cool stuff. Yep, that's the one I was talking about. That's the W one. That is your W your W Space Marine, which is very cool.
I dig this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can do all kinds of really cool stuff with Warhammer, and that's kind of what I like about it. Yeah, like I want to eventually like kind of make Kaijin style things with some of these demons because I really like Chaos, which is the demon army, for obvious reasons. And
go figure.
Yeah, me
He's
like
such a
weird,
person.
crazy demons. I'm crazy.
You're such a calm guy, bro.
I will say in Warhammer, I mean, you've seen a little bit of the lore. To
Just
be
a
fair,
tad.
the good guys are the worst people in the universe.
What's that? Okay, yeah, about 3 days worth of lore diving I did, and I'm still at just the cusp of that iceberg.
I've been diving for like 3 years, and I haven't touched a majority of it.
Bro, every time you're like, yeah, did you hear about this? I'm like, here goes another day.
Yep. So, yep, that's one of the things I was talking about. Like I said, I have Warhammer and Gundam going on. Gary's asked my opinion on my thoughts on or our thoughts on G Gundam, and I mean, burning Gundam is one of my favorite things ever. So I don't. This
hand of mine glows with an awesome power.
It's using the power of the Dark Gundam cells with the help of Kyoji. Take this.
I remember
all of my love, my anger, and all of my sorrow.
One of my favorite things about college memories is Naylor going absolutely bananas with that fucking line.
Oh yeah, me and him would just shout it in the dorm all the time.
I suppose a guy like you wouldn't know a guy like you,
That was our thing. We did it in the hall a few times too. We would just be like, "Is that the man named Kyoji?"
Kyoji! I'm like, oh my god. And then it was like, it came from his chest. He did it with such passion.
Yep. We had way too much fun with it. We were obnoxious in college.
The original thing is the original voice actor, like he passed, right?
Yes.
I remember
Domon passed away.
Rest in peace. Yeah, rest in peace, guy. Sorry. But what I was trying to say is like the reason why is because of the whole burning finger quote. G Gundam is like right here. Yep. Like I always liked the idea because it put me onto, I think it came out after Wing, right?
Yes, after Wing was done airing, it may have started simultaneously, like on Toonami. They started showing G Gundam afterwards.
The reason why I vibed with it a lot was when Wing was ending, I was always inspired to write my own stories, and I pulled ideas from things, and I wanted an idea of a mobile suit that was smaller, more like an exosuit, but the idea was this suit that you would wear that would respond, because I liked the idea of cockpits, but I always wanted to punch the thing myself, so it was that idea I was kicking around. I wrote this little story, and that's when G Gundam started, and I was like, oh, they have the outfits and they move, it's almost the same, and
almost
it was close enough that hooked me, and then and from that, you get that performance of Domon and that passion. It was it really attributes a lot to my desire for passion behind voice acting. Like it's not, I mean, I do like 90s camp, but if you want to win me, you get me with the voice, with the acting.
And it was really unfortunate too, because they did replace him, and like in the video games and stuff like that, they did re-recordings with the new guy, and he's great. It's just like, it's not Domon to me. You know what I mean?
It's like Troy Baker and Mark Hamill. Troy Baker is so good, but I don't think he has the same dynamic sense that Hamill does.
Yeah.
Like it's not to take. It's so hard to explain. It's so nuanced to me. That it's the biggest difference. Yeah. It's so nuanced,
and it's not a negative difference. Like,
no, but it's like, I know,
to me, honestly.
I know Hamill would have done it just a little differently, and I think that little difference would have made that much better for me. But it's just a personal thing. But it's just,
absolutely.
Yeah. But I see what you mean.
Yeah, it it is what it is. They had to voice him somehow. It wasn't like, oh no, Kyoji slashed his throat, he'll never talk again.
They had to do some crazy shit. You suffered an explosion. We had to do reconstructive surgery on your larynx. Now you sound like a manhammer.
Peacemaker says G-Frame doing Shining and Burning Gundam scares them because that opens the door to things they want a shelf of. That's fair. G-Frames are crazy. And Gary also asked, who is more hot-blooded, Domon or Momotaro's?
Domon. Because you're only getting that. Because imagine if that voice had a physical person behind it.
Yep, absolutely.
Like that voice could manifest and choke you with every fucking.
Absolutely, it has energy to it.
Yes.
Momotaro is also overrated in my opinion, but that's a whole other conversation.
Shots fired at Deno.
I did it. I said it.
We haven't covered Deno. We have
not covered a majority of them. We just kind of talk about them.
We gotta
throw shade and then don't actually
like
watch it. I'll throw shade at Forza all day. I don't care.
I mean, we've been wanting to purge. I've been wanting to purge, so let's purge. Oh,
Forza.
I don't
want to watch Forza.
Did you just finish it not too long ago?
No.
I'm sorry, I wouldn't do that to you.
No. I haven't watched it in a good 7 years because I don't want to watch it.
Perfect.
Goodness gracious.
We'll see.
Yeah. So I mean, that was. I feel like we're getting really roundabout on topics at this point. So I think we can,
as per usual,
as we do around
as
here.
we do,
as we
parts,
do. So I think, is there anything you want to say to the people, to the podcast, to whatever, when it comes to Tokudon?
When we started mentioning how big, hold on, I have a weird freaky thing. It really, like I said, I was dawning on all this 50th and how far we've come in now. Just reflecting on the experiences that we've had, just growing with this, and where we are now, bro. Like, we see what we started off as just a hey, let's just fart around on the mic and see if we can just purge this little tickle we have, and now we have people wanting us on their shows, and us getting this vibe from everybody that, yeah, we're growing, we're on the right path, all of our ideas are gonna get better, and I'm so hyped that everybody has been so supportive, bro. I can't stress that this is my sanctuary from all the nonsense out there. You guys keep me sane. Even when I hate something we cover, I'm hating it because I love to talk about it with you guys. So I can't wait for another 50 episodes of this and what more we're going to grow with everybody.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Getting all movie. Stop.
I know. I got a little. Well, you were in the super shadow realm. I got a little choked up, and I gave everyone my eulogy, if you will. Not a eulogy. We're not going anywhere.
No, we appreciate it. It's really been crazy ride, and it didn't hit me until we talked about it today.
Yeah.
How much we've done and how much more we want to do, and honestly, guys, like we definitely want that experience to be a community effort. Like we can do so much on our own. Most of our ideas suck, and the ones that work, we kind of hammer out here. But
you're just throwing shade at us. Come on now.
But they like what we do, so something's working.
Someone does.
Something's working. But we want to improve for you guys. We want to make sure that you get the most out of us as much as we're getting the vibe from you. All the suggestions, all the stuff. Somebody please, like I said, I got the guys who want to teach me about this. I want to learn this stuff. I want to learn about Sentai more. I want to learn more Toku than I don't really do, because Kamen Rider safe, Kamen Rider nice.
Yeah.
But it's the love of it, man.
One last thing I want to share with everyone, which is really, really cool. And this is kind of like a peel back the curtain sort of thing. I want to show you guys the breakdown of where everyone has downloaded videos from, or episodes from. This is absolutely sick. I don't know a good way to share this with you, Rob, on your screen.
Maybe the Discord.
I can try.
Oh wait, no, you sent that. You sent it to me before. Yeah, I have it.
Yeah, for the most part. I can also try and share my screen real quick. Boop. See if we can do that. Hopefully it won't ruin everything. But here's the overview of what you guys are looking at. So United States, that's where we're located. Kind of expect it. Malaysia, our boys in Brazil. What's up?
Guys.
We got Indonesia, India, Singapore, Thailand, Canada, Philippines, Germany, United Kingdom, Hong Kong, Peru, Mexico, Japan, Australia, Panama, France, Chile, Italy, Taiwan, Vietnam, Colombia, Denmark, Russia, Puerto Rico, Nepal, Norway, Spain, Argentina, South Korea, Guatemala, Romania, Pakistan, Ireland, Costa Rica, Switzerland, Brunei Darussalam, I don't even know where that is, Belgium, Bangladesh,
got somebody there.
Iceland, that's all that matters, Qatar, New Zealand, Nigeria, Macau, Jordan, Jamaica, Austria, Honduras, Greece, Ghana, Ecuador, Czech Republic, Bahamas, United Arab Emirates, and El Salvador. And that's not even including 117 from God even knows where. It's the Shadow Realm.
Watches. Bro.
The freaking Shadow Realm.
That's humbling, you guys. I mean, we're dude, there's at least one person who has at least checked this out.
Yeah.
At least one.
Like, that is so many countries that I have never realized actually have listened to these two idiots on your screen right now.
Legit, man. Like, come on.
Like,
the fact that anybody gives us more than 5 minutes is humbling enough. Like,
right?
The fact that you're into the kind of stupidness that comes out of us, and we can't thank you enough. And again, I knowing that we're reaching across all these people, like, we love you. We love you all.
Like, crazy. You guys, like, no one owes a shit. No. Like, as content creators, no one owes a shit. And the entire world, across the entire world, you guys have come and downloaded episodes or logged in and checked it out for even a few minutes. God damn.
I can't even be in the same room with you for more than 5 minutes. Holy crap.
I know. I'm obnoxious. It's the worst. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. I genuinely appreciate it. And you can bet your asses we're going to be just as obnoxious for at least 50 more episodes.
At least. Yeah, we got another season in us. Let's do it.
Another season. Maybe. We'll see. Who knows? Let's get to this giveaway. I think people are ready. I'm going to give it one more chance. I typed in there. Make sure you type ! Tokudon. If you want to win a shirt, you guys can win. Let me actually pull up the shirt you're going to win and just show you guys. It's very cool.
Show them.
It is very much... very simple. It's our logo on a nice shirt.
It is the Rider, the Toku Rider.
The Toku Rider, the Ramen Rider, if you will. Because actually, while I do that, do you want to explain where the name came from? I don't know if we've ever talked about where the name came from on the show.
Tokudon?
Yeah.
I mean, we were trying to come up with something that incorporated the passion for tokusatsu, and at the time, I think we definitely had this Nam Nam restaurant that we used to love, bro. And that udon place, that noodle place, like, kept triggering something in my head. We can use udon in Tokudon. And boom, the Nam Nam inspiration for Tokudon Rider.
Yep. So that was it. I
was slowly poisoning myself at this restaurant because their soup had mushrooms in it. I'm vaguely allergic to mushrooms in large quantities, deathly. But yeah, so like this place was like always the shit, and then suddenly it's like, bro, Tokudon. Tokudon,
that's it. Oh my goodness, I'm having trouble pulling up the page. This is embarrassing.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
It wouldn't be Tokudon if we didn't have technical issues.
Right.
I mean, I literally just got banished to the Shadow Room for like 5 whole minutes. Like, we got this. Other than that, dude, like, I wanted to bring this up while you're working on that. I have been working on rounding up a cast for the script that's nearly done for the Kamen Rider episode, for Kamen Rider Tokudon. If you guys are interested and just want to drop a voice line or two, I need backup. I need Walla. I could do with a bunch of randomity that I don't have to pay anybody for. But just anything that you could help out with. I definitely am looking forward to putting this out there. It's ever since, and I want to bring this up too, because Mark, our episode with Mark put me in a decent headspace again with my idea that I was reading over a lot of what I wrote, and I wanted to go Amazons with it initially. And I'm reading the first draft of it, and I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here that's gonna be like, wow, okay. But ever since the episode, I was like, yes, I want to incorporate more adult things in there and have a shock value, but it doesn't necessarily have to be totally Amazons. Like why not embrace the nostalgia factor that we fell in love with. And so I went back and I redid another draft where I lightened up a lot of it, and I prefer it now. Honestly, I think this is going to be more fun to deliver and more fun to put out and produce.
I dig it
because of it's not so Amazons, it's not Blade, it's more like a first early episodes of Gaim X-Aid, kind of like you're not sure what's going on, but something serious is going on, and then you realize it is pretty damn serious.
I dig it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, man. I'm excited, but
it's gonna be cool.
The more help that we get with that, that'll be awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the idea. Like, we don't want to do it ourselves. Like, we can do it ourselves. That's cool. But like, we're also want to get you guys involved and hang out. So I was able to pull it up. Before, should we do the news first? I don't know. Okay, let's do the news real quick. So, Peacemaker said Shoto X is rebranded Shoto XX and showed off its first wave. Very cool. They also announced the SH Figuarts Evil Bat Genome and Jackal Genome. Pretty sick.
Bro, have the Revice upgrade, the Jack form.
The paint roller thing, I hate it.
You hate it?
I like the form, I hate the belt.
I like the henshin. The henshin
was pretty cool.
Yeah, the henshin.
That was actually on this week's episode, so I'm not going to pull up a clip or anything.
I got to catch up anyway. But I just saw that.
They also released profiles for all the Don brothers and all the main characters for the Don brothers. And let me tell you about how the bad guys have the biggest Ultraman trigger energy. Let's talk about these guys for a minute. From left to right, we got Sansa, Sonoy, and Sononi. And they just don't have, laughs and an odd man. Oh, Sananza. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting confused with what I'm reading right now. They're called the Noto, and they are the bad guys for the season. And then, as we go through here, we have our full cast, and everyone, to my surprise, is human. And then they henshin into the weird CG things. And Shadow the Hedgehog over here is just an emo kid. So that's expected. But
wait, so they're copying out of the full CG thing?
No, there'll be CG in the suits. But out of the suits, they're regular people. Yeah. It's weird. I don't know. But Kiji Brother here is everyone's new favorite character because he's just an old man who is just ready to just do his thing.
Kiji Brother.
33-year-old man who leads a mediocre life. Unlike the other members, he has nothing to lose. Unable to have a dream of his own, he is betting on his wife's dream. Avatar changes into Kiji Brother, who is 220 centimeters tall and specializes in aerial combat. That's the Slender Man one. And then we also get Zen Kaiser back in here, Kaito.
Really? Oh, is it black?
It's black now. One? So from a preview that I saw, it looks like his gear is going to crack. I'm assuming it has something to do with that. Apparently his personality is very different than it is in Zen Kaiser. And Peacemaker also mentioned that Kiji has a physical suit from the waist up from the looks of it. Yes, from the preview they showed, it looks like there's going to at least be like, they can do some shots of like him turning, with a physical suit kind of thing.
I guess.
So there's at least partial physical suit. I don't think there's one for Sonic the Hedgehog over here. Maybe
it really sounds like extra steps just because like it doesn't that's not going to serve anything.
All I'm saying is Shadow the Hedgehog here has a gun because their sword thing turns into a gun. So we're literally recreating Shadow the Hedgehog the game.
We have Shadow the Hedgehog Rider.
So he's gonna go. Shadow. He's gonna go flying around at the speed of brat. You know what I'm saying?
He's going to put up a picture of the RX Shoto.
Let me see the Shoto line.
I'm seeing the, sorry, not the RX, the black XX Black.
Shoto XX Black. I like it. Yeah. I like it.
Ooh,
I am down for it. Thank you.
See? I would get into stuff like that, but I would need another room.
A whole other room.
Another apartment.
They did also announce a 50th anniversary song box set, it looks like, with all the CDs from the different shows. They did have the full Avatar Sentai press conference. Did you see the dance thing that they do?
No,
It's something, that's for sure.
Oh boy, is
Yep.
it like the official dance for the show?
Yep, it's something. There's a lot of like punching the air and being.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of punching
Well,
and
I
like
mean-
stomping the air. I don't know what's going on.
But
Yeah,
I mean, Saber had a lot of slashing, so we can forgive that, right?
I guess. Dawn of the Monsters was the game I was talking about earlier. This is the 2D beat 'em up. Yeah.
Dawn of the Monsters. Okay. Oh, I'm watching it now.
So,
no,
that is
that's
that. Let
bad.
me just check Toku Nation real quick. And they
Why
did
is it
show
so
off the new.
aggressive?
I don't know.
It's so aggressive.
So aggressive. They did show off the new mecha as well for Don Brothers. Yeah, this thing. What is this thing called?
It's like a tank mode, right? I think I
Change
saw that.
Heroes, Don Momotar Alter, and Tokuger Alter. So, yep, it has this kind of like normal mode. I guess it's just the Peach itself, the regular thing, and then it combines with the Tokuger's knife sword train to become a clamping bender train mech of some sort. Which is very strange, but I mean, I guess Tokuger's getting some love, so that's neat.
We're gonna make it about 15 minutes into the first episode.
I'm probably, if I watch that, so
we have to try.
then-
Got to muscle past it. Ugh.
we'll see. I mean, I'm indifferent. I will watch some of it. I am indifferent though, and I've mentioned that before. It's nothing new. So, yeah, and I think that's just about it. The alters are similar mecha, separate from the bigger DX stuff to come around June. Okay, nice. So it's just separate little guys. That's cool. I'm sure the alters will all combine into some big, usual mecha, because it seems to be just like Juron and Don Avataro, whatever his name is, Red, right now. So,
Gotcha.
yeah. And I think without further ado,
Duh.
we're gonna give away some shirts.
Ooh.
Last chance, guys! ! Tokudon in the chat. Last chance to enter. Let's go. There you go. I don't have the Sin one.
No.
Hang on.
Oh.
Ooh, I can get an obnoxious one though. Please hold.
No. I got one. Hold on. Oh yeah, here we go. You're about to get rider kick, bro.
It's so loud.
Good.
That's all I got.
I need to get more of these stuff. Like
Yeah. All right.
Now that I figured out a way to get this to fit me, I now need more of it. Like,
I love it. Okay. So we are giving away this shirt here. We're going to give away 3 of them. This nice, beautiful 3. We're going to give away 3.
my goodness, we are generous today.
Yeah. So if you have put !Tokudon in the chat, you will get random drawing. And looks like we have exactly 3 entrants.
Done deal. That's all we
Perfect.
needed. And now we're good.
We're great.
So you all get your shirts. We can all
Y'all
go
get
home
your
happy.
shirts.
Everybody goes home happy.
Gary, Peacemaker, and Josh, you guys all get your shirts. I probably would have given you guys one eventually anyway, because you
Anyway,
guys all
you guys
rock.
would've
You
got
guys
one.
support us all the time. And that is not to say we will not be doing this kind of thing again. So
No, it's gonna be more often, yeah. Definitely.
yeah, we're gonna be trying to get more shirts, get this stuff rolling. So we're gonna try and do more giveaways. We have other stuff as well. If you want to get your own shirt, you can also order one. And yeah, they're on the store. There's all kinds of cool stuff. There's the Tokudon logo. There's my personal rider. You can get sweatshirts and a mug as well.
Right.
So I will hit you guys up to get addresses and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, all
but
that
I will the clerical stuff. But I will. I don't know why I'm changing screens. That's not a thing. That may be an article I'm working on. That was not meant to happen.
Whoops.
Oh well.
That was a clever plug, my friend.
Right?
Clever plug.
A clever plug. I didn't realize I was still sharing my screen. It's fine. Yeah, there's all kinds of fun stuff there, and you can check it out on the merch store. It is streamelements.com/kaijucarl. You guys check it out there. Yeah, I think that's just
guys.
about it
That's
today,
dope.
though.
I'm excited.
I'll get you guys those shirts. We'll figure it out, and yeah, we'll be back very soon.
Very.
Very,
Always.
very soon. And again, as always, thank you so much for hanging out for 50 freaking episodes.
50. To another 150 more.
Oh, God. Yeah, probably. Honestly. It's fine. So
thank you, guys. Seriously.
You guys enjoy your weekend. I love you all. You are the best. Bye.